Welcome to the WiseTake DFS podcast. I am your host, CK013. You can find me on Twitter at CK_013. I'm joined once again with my boy WiseTake, NBA enthusiast, one of our NBA writers, one of our NBA analysts. I'm talking about Cash, growing in popularity. That a lot of the nation knows who Cash is by now. You can find him on Twitter at CashinDFS. Cash, my man, what's going on?
Nothing. Not happy. Could have won a boatload tonight if LeBron doesn't turn that ankle.
You know, that's the most that you've said at an introduction, I think, since you've been doing this, man. I was expecting 1 word, 2 words max. Wow. I'll take it, bro. I listen, I know the words, like, you know, they didn't sound like he was too happy, but I'll take it because you said something, man. That was like a full sentence, man. Wow. Check that out.
It upsets me that people will be mad at LeBron for getting 45. You better be happy with LeBron. He got you 45. Oh, yeah. After he should have got you like 3 or whatever the hell he had when he rolled that ankle over. He shouldn't have kept playing.
If you haven't seen it, go check out Cash's Twitter at CashinDFS. He did tweet it to Terry Collins to show him what it looked like. So if you want to see a clip of it, it's there. It was I'd say so. I'd say you should be happy to get 45, LeBron, after that happened. Anyway, we are joined by a very special guest. I told you guys we had a new addition to the team that we're super excited about. I'm talking about my man, Johnny the Greek. You can find him on Twitter at GDaddy80. Just to give you guys a little bit of insight on Johnny before he talks. So Johnny is a full-time DFS pro. He's been playing DFS total for a little over 3 years. He specializes in NFL, NBA, and MLB. He's had multiple 6-figure wins in NFL and NBA. He's qualified for 2 live finals. Back in 2015, he went to the DraftKings live final, made a live final appearance as well for, I think it's Fantasy Aces. He also won a 2015 World Series of Poker main event poker seat from DraftKings in an NFL contest.
I thought you said my dude won the World Series of Poker. Like, what the hell is he doing here?
He won a seat in DraftKings, my friend. But yeah, that's you know, I like how that's the part that got you, not the multiple 6-figure wins.
Oh, hell no! How many millions you win for winning that poker tournament?
But anyway, my man Johnny, he plays about 85% of his volume on DraftKings. Rest with FanDuel, Yahoo Fantasy Draft, so he mixes in a couple of other stuff. But more importantly, Johnny, you won 6 figures again this past Sunday in NFL. I know this is an NBA show, but you know, I gotta let the nation know why we brought you to the team, because we only bring the best to the WiseTake Nation. And of course, you finished 9th in the Millie Maker. I understand. Is that right?
Yeah. I had a couple other top finishes, but yeah, 9th in the Millie Maker. And don't forget, I won a sleep spoon bed, and part of the
that's right.
The $9 part of the $9 contest. The top 3 would get first place. I think was $25K. Second place was $15. I finished second in that tournament, and then Sleep Spoon gave us a new bed. So that's kind of cool. I'll take anything they can give me. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, man. That's phenomenal, man. So you've had some awesome success. I know you've done your thing. Like, you know, a lot of people in the industry because you've been in and around for so long. And you were going to these live final events when they were kind of like first starting out, and it was like a new thing, and so, you know, it's cool, man. We're glad that you've decided to come out a little bit and grow your brand a little bit and just help people. That's really what it is. We're here to do, is to just help people, help the industry grow. So we appreciate you coming on, joining the team. Real quick, man, do me a favor. I just want you to tell me just a little bit about your DFS style. I know that you like GPPs. Just talk to the nation a little bit about some of the things that are most important to you in DFS lineup construction.
Definitely, I would say I'm definitely a GPP player. You know, I would say that when it comes to the only sport I really play cash games in is baseball. But when it comes to football, my cash lineup is just single entry tournaments, and they're just safer plays. I don't play as risky of plays, but that's really what a cash lineup is to me. Basketball, I don't play cash really at all. What I do is I'm not really looking for discounted players in value. I'm looking for, I'm not looking for cheap players, I should say. I'm looking for value that is underpriced, and that's really where I succeed at. And you know, I'm definitely a contrarian player when it comes to that. So I'm not a guy that's going to go and play the the AJ Greens of the world every day. I'm more looking for Carmelo Anthony's underpriced, or Juju Smith in football. When he's underpriced, like. But that was a good play. When Juju's the number 2 guy, behind Anthony, and Antonio Brown, it's only those 2 guys. So he's got to throw the ball to somewhere, So yeah, and I'm a big Q. I've been chasing the Qs lately. The last 8 slates, I swear, I've finished second in every Q,
including tonight, including the Thursday slate.
Yeah, so it's getting a little disappointing. I haven't won a football Q yet, but this year. But I'm trying to get there.
There you go. Well, we appreciate you joining the WiseTake Nation. We're excited, and we think you're going to have a fun time with us, because that's one thing we definitely do. Cash, one thing I wanted to address with you, my man. I'm sure you got a lot to say today, so I'm excited for today's show. I've been excited for today's show, which is why we extended. We waited up late for Cash. Cash got home late, and we waited because we know he had a lot to say today. But before we do that, man, like you told me you did something interesting. So you went back. You made your main lineups, but then you wanted to make one lineup. You went back and you listened to last night's podcast. And you decided, and just to remind everybody, this is a first look. We do these things the night before. We're looking at the slate a lot of the time, really the first real look. And so you went back.
Not a lot of the time. Every time. I'm just looking at this for the first time. I don't even know the games.
And so I'm gonna pop your lineup up here on the screen real quick. One of your lineups. You went back. You listened to the podcast last night, and you recreated, or you didn't recreate. You created a lineup based off your takes from last night. So I'm gonna pull that up because it did pretty well. But I'm gonna let you go. I want you to go ahead and explain some of your plays. Explain the lineup here, okay? It's up on the screen now, Cash. The floor is yours, my man.
Well, I mean, it got 345 on FanDuel, which is all right. Nothing to brag about, nothing great. But just from first look, it's good. I just listened to the show on my way to work, and I just started plugging in plays that I was talking about on the show. And of course, you know where I started. It's where I started every single lineup today. It was the anatomy contest that we had going on tonight. So it was James Harden and LeBron James was in every single lineup I made, both of them 100%. And I was very upset when LeBron rolled that ankle. I thought LeBron was going to go out of this anatomy contest with a crown between his legs. But my dude is a soldier. And even though he only got 45, and Harden went ballistic with his 5 steals and got 80, LeBron James still wins the anatomy contest. LeBron James is swinging, okay? Dude's a soldier. Anybody that's upset with his 45, you should go check. You should go watch the game. Check yourself, because you should be happy with any points he got you after he rolled that ankle like that. He should not have kept playing. Most guys would be begging for crutches and crying to their mama. Dude kept playing. Dude's a soldier. Period. But the lineup is all good except Jameer Nelson. But he was the last play. Like I plugged in, like, you know what I'm saying? I plugged in those two, and then I loved Moutier because he screwed me the day before. So I'm like, I'm going back to this well. I'm not gonna miss it because dude went off. You pay 4.4 for a guy, and he gets you 33.9. Better be happy. But Grant was the one too that, like, he had 21 and a half and just didn't do nothing in the second half. But I mean, Caldwell Pope, I was high on him because of those minutes. Like, but you got lucky. Like, Caldwell Pope's not gonna go out and get you 30 very often. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's just all plays. So if you just go back and list, like, say you got an hour to kill, just go back and listen to the show and just listen to what I said, and then just look at the lineup right here and be like, oh, well, he said this about this guy, and just, I don't know. It's how you can build a lineup using the show.
Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely, man. It's nice to be able to show something like this.
Capella's my favorite play on this whole thing.
Yeah.
At his 7-8% ownership.
Right. Yeah, that was definitely a good call. I'll tell you what wasn't a good call. Boogie and AD. Those were not good calls. Those guys did absolutely. Drew Holiday went bananas today. Drew Holiday.
I was complete fade on them. I mean, not because I wanted to, not because I thought they were bad plays. We all know I love Boogie to death.
Yeah.
It's just I'm not passing up that anatomy contest. Like, it's just there's just no way.
Johnny, in case you don't know what he means by anatomy contest, Cash has been saying that that this game was going to come down to who has the bigger extremity hanging from their mid region. So that was Cash's.
No, it's not going to come down to that. It's going to be James Harden's going to go do his thing on the offensive end. He's like, yeah, you see that, LeBron? You see how big that is? LeBron's going to be like, okay, I got you, bro. He going to come down on the offensive end. He going to do his thing.
Yeah, but you said it was a contest of whose was bigger. That's what you said.
That's right.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I just said.
Orange is bigger, and then James gonna go try to prove it on the other end that his is bigger, and then LeBron gonna come back and prove his is bigger, and we're just gonna prove who got the biggest one. And by the end of the night, one of them is gonna be touching the floor.
Well, Harden's
tonight it happened to be LeBron with his 45 because he rolled his ankle. If LeBron didn't roll his ankle, he would have got at least 60, and then Harden would have won the contest because Harden just went off.
Well, I thought that whole anatomy thing was only going to happen if Tristan Thompson was there, because the whole Khloe Kardashian thing, James Harden, Tristan Thompson. So,
so James would be like, "How you like my second? That's good, man. That's good. Like that taste, bro."
Good point. Well, this seems like a good as time as any to congratulate Chatty B949, the YouTube user, who won 2 free weeks of the WiseTake, a membership, all of our sports. He was the only one to guess 126. He took a shot. He didn't answer the tiebreaker, so had he tied, he probably would have lost, but it didn't matter. We had a bunch of people guess 127. We had a lot of people come close this time, man. We had like 40 comments on the show. We had a lot of people come close. But on FanDuel, when you add them up, it ended up being 126 total. So Chatty B, you're the only one that had it. Congratulations. Do us a favor, email us at contact@wisetake.com from the email address associated with your YouTube account, and we will hook you up with your free 2-week subscription. Thank you for listening, and congratulations. Shout out to the nation, though, man. A lot of you guys were close, man. I saw some really good guesses here. A lot of 127s. If it was 127, we would have been giving away a couple of subscriptions because, 1 point off, man. That was pretty close, so that was exciting. Without further ado, we got ourselves a 9-game slate. We got ourselves Cash is all riled up already. He went back. He got some extra confidence. Go ahead, bro. What you got?
That lineup with no research, it outscored all of my other lineups with research. I just want to put that out there. Every single line, I made 5 lineups tonight. All of them went well over 300, but none of them got to that 345. Like my main lineup today, what did it get? It got 3. Let me see. That was 345. My main lineup got 334.8. So it beat my main lineup by 10. So, man, I don't know. Sometimes it works out that way. Like if I make a dummy, I'm always, if I make a dummy, I don't just make a dummy and just throw in random stuff. I make a educated dummy lineup, and I'll always leave it somewhere because I've had it. It was one time, not last year, but the year before, when I made a Kershaw lineup. And my man, Tommy G, said, don't play. It was my last year, or was it 2 years ago? I don't know. But he said, don't play FanDuel today because every single lineup is going to be the same. Everybody's going to play Kershaw. So don't even play over there. Come on, DraftKings. We got 2 pitchers. So I was like, okay. This is my dude. So I put it in a $0 contest. It went absolutely ballistic. I tweeted Tommy at the end of the night. I said, what would this have got me over there on FanDuel, Tommy? He said, you don't want to know. I said, oh, yeah, I do. He said, you would have won everything. Every donkey, everything. Not one person had a better lineup on FanDuel that night, and it was in a $0 contest. Oh, don't make that mistake, because I will never forget that to the day I die.
Oh, my God. That's a donkey move, Cash.
Yeah. Admit it. Yeah. I blame Tommy. I cussed that man out that night. He was laughing. He thought it was funny. But yeah, I cussed him out that night. Never make that mistake.
Oh, ever. Man. That's a horror story, honestly. that's literally like that's something to give. I think you're gonna give Johnny nightmares tonight, bro.
You're gonna make me cry just think about it. Like I don't even want to think about it. Like let's go. Let's move on.
Yes. This is how we get down. We're gonna move it on now. We're gonna improve the mood here a little bit and talk about tomorrow's slate. So we're gonna go position by position, guys, as usual. John, I'm gonna have you kind of start it off. Just by Cash and kind of getting his rhythm while you're talking over there like he likes to do. So we're going to start off with some point guards here, man. Very simple. I want you to just take a look at the point guards. Anybody that's over, I know you're looking at DraftKings primarily. I know Cash is primarily looking at FanDuel. But anybody that's point guard eligible and listed, we'll say the cutoff is about 5'5". Anybody that's 5'5" or higher. Does anybody stand out to you, Johnny?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's right at the top here on FanDuel, and DraftKings is a little bit cheaper. Damian Lillard, sign me up against Brooklyn. As long as it's going to stay close, Damian Lillard's my man.
Okay. All right. I like that. Are there any does anybody else pop out to you, or is he just like right now, the night before, he's the guy?
I'm just looking at pure matchup there. Let me look down here real quick. You know what? I think a contrarian play that might pay off really well could be that Goran Dragic play over in FanDuel. Utah defense, they're a little slower paced team, but look what point guards have been doing against them. They've been crushing them. So I think Rubio's definitely out of his prime, and I don't think his defense is anything to be scared of anymore. So I think Dragic might be a decent play.
Okay. All right. I like it. Cash, what about you, man? Anybody pop out to you?
I mean, guards in general, because we know shooting guards has been doing good against Utah as well. Yeah. So it's guards in general that are playing well against them. And it gets a price decrease. Yeah. But I don't know. I don't want to do it because I was all over him with that revenge, which I love in basketball more than anything. But I don't expect him to get that again. Like, I love the Dan call. He's playing Brooklyn. What do? In DFS, we attack Brooklyn.
We do.
As long as it stays close. Yep. Brooklyn's got some injuries, so hopefully I seen RSJ is questionable. And I think I seen Booker is questionable today. So hopefully they come back, be more at full strength. Doesn't matter. I mean, they could be full strength and still get the doors knocked off them. So I definitely like Dame, though. I mean, it's Brooklyn. But I like Elf, too. It's not a chase spot. It's Phoenix. In Phoenix. So I can get down with that.
Only thing I'm looking at is any minute limitation there?
Yeah, the only problem is the minutes. Like, I was scared. Like, I wouldn't play him. I was not going to play him at all the first game back, which turned out to be a mistake.
Yeah, he did really well.
I mean, it was a great matchup, but I wasn't going to do it. And I'm not excited to do it today, but I think I'll have one lineup with Elf in it. Maybe his minutes go up a little more, but I don't think they're going to push him. Like, I don't expect him to get over 35 at all. Yeah,
I mean, he played 29 and he got 43.5 DraftKings points.
Yeah, I don't like the price the price raise though.
Right.
Because
now that scares me.
Now he has to go for 40 just for value. So yeah. I don't like value. That. Yeah, I don't think nobody's going to go there.
Yeah, he needs 50 for GPP value, you know?
Yeah.
That's tough.
Of course. But to get value, you got to get 40. So that's tough. But I don't think nobody's going to go there. So I'll do it. I ain't scared.
Fair enough, my man. Fair enough. Johnny, what about, let's go under this tier now. So if you're not trying to pay up, if you're trying to save some money at point guard, anybody interest you from that tier? Anybody 55 or less?
You know, one play I was looking at here, it just depends on, the health of Schroeder this week and his backup, Malcolm Delaney. They have a question tag over on DraftKings. It says they're probable to play, but if they don't play for dirt cheap, almost site minimum, you have Ish Taylor. That might be a decent play. He's a good point per minute player. He's not bad. So I mean, if he gives 25 minutes, it's a pretty good player.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that. I mean, if we get both of them, they both got key tags. If we get them both out, and on top of that, the usage is going to go somewhere too. But it's 3-4 in DraftKings. I don't mind it. Cash, any value guys pop out to you?
Well, first I want to say about Westbrook, he had a dud today, so don't think many is going to go there. And Westbrook has 60-point upside every time he touches the court. So just
I think if you
want, I mean, in a donkey, man, I don't like the price, but I expect the game to be close. So if the game is close, he can go for 60. I just wanted to say that because I didn't say nothing about him.
My only problem with Westbrook is that there's too many mouths to feed there now. With Steven Adams showing up now, with George and with Carmelo, there's just a lot of mouths to feed, you know, and the emergence of Grant lately, it's a lot going on there.
Yeah, I know, but it's still Westbrook, so he can go for 60.
Oh, he's elite. Yeah, I agree.
I love Adams. I play Adams all the time, and I love Grant. Like, these people know who I love. Like, I'll say them every day. It's my dudes, and I want to say about Zebo. People finally played him today because I've been playing them and nobody's been playing them, and dude is just getting value. And last 2 games been going off, but
people still didn't
man value.
Hey man, it's slow mo, baby, and FanDuel don't want to raise that price 4-7 almost every day. I'll play him every day. Just keep his price down now. I'll play him every day. His
price hasn't raised on any side. He's like old man value. It's like he's like that guy, the old man that sits there at the YMCA and put me in, coach. You know?
Yeah.
And just goes to work.
Yeah, he just
goes to work against these kids. Just put them to work.
Yeah, yes, sir.
But Patty Mills, no.
Playing that bully ball.
I don't like Milwaukee. Man, Darren Collison.
He's so hit or miss.
Yeah, man, I'm not seeing a lot of light down here.
How much is Mike James? What do you guys think about Mike James against Orlando?
I was just looking at him, but I mean, I like to play point guards against Orlando, but it's not gonna be as bad now because Elf is better than DJ Augustine. I can promise you that.
Right.
I mean, Elf is not great, of course, but better than DJ Augustine.
I just think the Ulis issue. I mean, Ulis is getting way too much of Mike James playing time, and if Mike James is and the coach is going with a hot hand, so if Mike James is having a below par game, Ulis is going to get all the minutes. You know.
Mm-hmm.
It's the whole team. Like everybody is like splitting minutes. It's turning into a Brooklyn situation.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah, it is. It definitely.
I don't like to play them. I like to attack them, but I don't like to play them that much, except like a Warren or Booker.
Yeah.
Because their minutes are secure if they're going off, and both of them could go off.
Kind of.
Yeah, man. Everybody else, they're just splitting it. It sucks.
Well, you got to think of T.J. Warren. I mean, he's a great play typically, but Jackson's getting in and getting there, stealing his minutes, and. Yeah. You know, one day coach might just go crazy and just put in Jackson instead, you know?
Yeah, so, of course. Never play Warren in cash, but if he's struggling and Jackson's playing well, coach will let him play.
Yeah, we did it. There's a few situations like that. Like even with in Denver, the Murray Moutier, whoever's doing better, that's the guy that gets the fourth quarter running. That's what it seems like. It was Moutier today, you know, but it was Murray like the last day. So it's you know, there's a lot of these situations that's like, you know, these players are reserved for tournaments only, to say the least, but they have the upside, and it's a game you play, man. You're taking a risk anytime you're looking at these guys, because whoever the hot hand is that night, the guy's going to get the ball. Who else you like at the value tier, Cash?
I like you. I guess Raymond Felton.
Oh, Felton. Okay. It sounded like you were saying Ulis. That's what I was.
I like Raymond Felton. It's revenge. Almost every game.
Everybody's revenge, for Raymond dude. Felton. He's played all over. Come on, man. He's like the NBA prostitute, bro. He plays for like every team, man.
I love that dude. Like, he's like a bowling ball, man. Like if he puts his knees to his chest and puts his head down, he just roll to the rim and lay it up. Like, dude is small, but he's fat. He's a fat little bastard. Like he'll move you. Like you could be Steven Adams. Like, I bet you in practice, I bet he moves Steven Adams. Dude will move you. Like Raymond Felton.
He looks like a bowling ball.
Yeah, man. Put his little knees to his chest. He just roll around the court.
Yeah.
And there's one more guy I want to throw out at point guard, because on DraftKings he's eligible at shooting guard and point guard, and it's going to go back to the Portland situation with CJ McConnell. I think he's a great play too.
CJ McCollum?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's my only issue with Portland. I mean, like, you know, I know we're talking about point guards. Wildcats is checking out the tier. Like, my issue there is, like, who isn't in a good spot against Brooklyn? Dame is, Nurkic is, like McCollum is, like everybody is. Brooklyn can't stop anybody. So it's like you would think that there's like a pecking order, right? Like, if Dame can do it, then he gets the honors because he's the guy. I would say McCollum is second, and then Nurkic is third. So there seems to be a pecking order of like those three guys that they'll each get their chance to be the guy, and if they can't, it'll go on to the next one. But one of these guys, if the game stays close, maybe all of these guys. But yeah, man, that's my toughest part with targeting Brooklyn. Like, they're terrible. It's just like Jokic the other day, right? Like, of all people to go off, he was the one. And like, you know, the point guard, I think Murray didn't really do all that well against Brooklyn. And I think Moutier didn't do well either. You know what I mean?
I gave you the secret, CK.
What's the secret?
play Dame at home. You play CJ on the road.
Boom. There it is.
Because Dame doesn't play as well on the road usually, and CJ plays well. CJ plays well at both spots. But there's one point guard I want to say that's a big tournament play.
Who's that?
Is Brogdon. Because Bledsoe's coming in to steal his job, so I expect him to be extra aggressive. But it's at the Spurs, so never like that. But I expect him to come out and be super aggressive.
And then don't sleep on D'Angelo Russell.
That's a donkey play.
Yeah.
Don't sleep on D'Angelo Russell either.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't mind it, man.
Dame Lillard can't play defense, though.
What's his price on FanDuel Cash, D'Angelo?
I got to move the shooting guard. 7-3.
7-3. Okay, wow. Yeah,
he's 7-6 on DK as a point guard.
He's pretty fairly priced, I think.
He's a better play on FanDuel then.
Yeah. Slightly, absolutely. But yeah, he is, yeah.
And you get him at shooting guard, so absolutely.
Yeah.
With that said, let's go ahead and move over to some shooting guards. Johnny, go ahead and tell us about the guys that are non-cheap. Like we'll stop at like the 6K range. 6K and above, who stands out to you?
Well, we already talked about CJ, so definitely CJ's in play. Evan Fournier is in play every day, in my opinion. As long as he's under 8,000 on DraftKings, he's got a great matchup against Phoenix. As long as the game can stay close, I mean, he can easily get you over 45. So, well, not easily, but he can get you over 45. He's a locked in at probably 35, 38 points, I would say, on a nightly basis. So that's a pretty good one for me.
Fair enough. Cash, what about you, man? Who stands out to you?
Damn, I love CJ McCollum and Damian Lillard. I might want to make a team with both of them. But what stands out to me is Victor Oladipo sucks.
Yeah,
I hate you. Devin Booker at home. I can get behind. I can get behind that. And Chris Middleton, another guy. Like, I don't like against the Spurs, but man is aggressive. Man is shooting the ball, and I love to see that. 11 assists, 7 assists. Oh yeah, I love you.
And they're both better plays on FanDuel. Oladipo and Booker and Middleton. They're more expensive on DraftKings.
Yeah. Victor, man. Is Victor gonna come out here and crush Chicago? He's been so bad. I've been playing him. He's been screwing me.
Actually, Middleton's a little bit cheaper on DraftKings. It's 6,700.
It might be a Moody situation with Oladipo, but Turner is back, so that first game might have been a fluke when Victor went off, because Turner should be the number one guy there. But we'll see.
Well, yeah, Turner just got in foul trouble last game, so that was his issue there.
Yeah, and Oladipo still didn't do anything. So
yeah.
Yep.
That's it at the top.
Okay, fair enough. Let's move it on back to Mr. Johnny the Greek. Johnny, what about, are there any value guys at shooting guard? If you're trying to pay down, are there any guys that stand out to you with taking a risk on?
Look down here. I like definitely Jerian Grant over at Chicago. He's only 4,800 on DraftKings. So I think that's a pretty good play. They're playing against Indy. He's probably going to be guarded by Oladipo or Collison. Either one of them can't play defense. So I think that's a pretty good value. As long as Chicago can keep it close.
You muted CK?
Oh, I muted myself. I thought I was muted and I wasn't, and then I muted myself. All right. And what about you, Cash? Any of these value guys stand out to you shooting guard?
Oh yeah, one for sure. Donovan Mitchell. Dude played big minutes again. He just couldn't make a shot.
Yeah, he broke my heart last time. But I'll let that go. That's what I do. We gotta let it go.
He did mines too.
Yeah.
And I definitely like Donovan Mitchell too. He's just a little too expensive on DraftKings, but he's better priced on FanDuel.
What are the pricing?
He only got to go out get you 25, so I'm down.
What is he on? He's like 5'1" or 5'2"?
52 on DraftKings.
What is he on FanDuel?
51.
Okay. Yeah.
But it's a little tighter on DraftKings than it is on FanDuel, so
right.
You want to save
so
as much.
It's kind of like an elevated price.
I like Smart some too, but I prefer Mitchell.
Agreed.
By a good margin. What else? Freaking Tony Snell. Oh god. Oh man, he had a good game last time. He just played so many minutes. I hate him. He does nothing. He played 40 minutes. He had 8 points. 8 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 40 minutes of basketball. Ugh.
I tell you, I got a guy I want to ask you guys about. So somebody stands out to me. He's somebody I played last year a decent amount, but I haven't really played him a lot this year, and I think for the most part I'm pretty happy about that. But I'm talking about Avery Bradley. Atlanta has been absolutely terrible.
Are you kidding me?
Terrible against shooting guards. He is 5'8" on DraftKings. What's the gripe, Cash? You don't like it?
I just went. I don't see Avery Bradley. With Detroit
oh, you know why you don't see Avery Bradley, I think? Because FanDuel decided to separate the main slate. They cut the 7 o'clock game out. You can only play the late swap on 7 p.m. Yep. I forgot. I found that out.
Why would they do that?
I don't know. But the late swap only if you want to play the 7 o'clock game included. Otherwise, the main slate on FanDuel is from 7:30 to 9 p.m. DraftKings didn't do that, but FanDuel did. That's why you don't see Avery Bradley.
They've never done that before. Like, what is going on here?
You know why? It's because TC, our boy TC tweeted them. And TC said... He was tilted because, Johnny, the other day, TC played, he had 90% Tyler Johnson. And Tyler Johnson, They said he was playing 20 minutes before the slate. About 5 minutes after, they said he's not playing. So, like, he tweeted him. I'll bet you they got a ton of tweets that day, yesterday, because there was a ton of volume. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like a ton of action going on, like a bunch of scratches. So I wonder if they were just like, you know what? We don't want to deal with the hate, so we're going to say, that's it, 7:30. Because then at least, by then you should have the 8 and the 9 lineups at least. Maybe that's their theory.
Maybe. No. You're probably not. It just depends, but you're probably not going to have the 9 o'clock news, and you're damn sure not going to have the 10 o'clock news.
But you'll have the 8, right? Like if they started at 7, you might not have the 8.
8, yeah, but there's 3 9 o'clock games. I don't know. It's just stupid to me. I don't understand.
I agree.
But my gripe with him is I went all in the other day, and dude got me 19.
Yeah,
it cost me money.
Is that not the best time to go back to him though?
Yeah, it is, but
not on DraftKings though. Not on DraftKings. He's too expensive. $5,800. I mean,
how? What is he on FanDuel? Because I need to go look at
FanDuel.
He's unavailable on FanDuel.
Oh, but I thought you just said they got the late swap.
They have a late swap slate you can play. I don't know. I don't have it pulled up, but they do have a.
He's a 4 o'clock game. He's a 4 o'clock.
Yeah, 4 o'clock for the West Coast. Johnny's in California. He's on Pacific time.
Yeah, 7 o'clock. Yeah, let me go to late swap and let me look at his damn price, because, he was 63. What did they lower it to? Let me see. I bet they didn't lower it much. Oh no, they raised it. He's 67.
Yeah, he's on good.
I agree that I'm not crazy about paying 5.8 for Bradley. It's just the matchup here is just so against Atlanta. I love taking point and shooting guards against Atlanta. And
I think the matchup against Oladipo is better in Indiana.
You think his matchup against Oladipo is better?
Home.
Oh, you mean Oladipo's matchup today is better?
No. I think his matchup against Oladipo is better than his matchup against Bazemore.
Oh yeah, Bazemore, because Bazemore's on the Bazemore's a pretty decent defender. He's not a really great offensive threat. So yeah, Oladipo is not a defender at all. He can't guard a trash can.
Man, the Atlanta Hawks are 27th against point guards, 29th against shooting guards, 28th against small forwards. They have just been
Atlanta's garbage
against all wings.
CK, what about this play here? If you're looking for something, you want something that's going to be pretty consistent, going to give you 25, maybe 30. Why don't you just play Denzel Valentine? At the Chicago Bulls, he's only 4,300. He's shooting guard and small forward eligible. He's definitely a better play, in my opinion, than Bradley, and I think he's going to put up more raw points than Bradley will.
Interesting.
He went ham for me last game. I know that.
Because there's no Nwaba. Nwaba's out for 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
No? I think he's a money.
I do like Valentine. I'm with you on that. I definitely am. I just think from a game theory standpoint, I think you can find Bradley at a really low ownership because he did so poorly in the last matchup. That was supposedly a good matchup for him. But yeah, I would agree. I think Valentine is also a very good play, and he's a lot cheaper.
If I play Bradley, I mean, he has to get 35 for value, but I'm looking for at least 40. He hasn't done it once this year. So
that's a good point. That's a good point.
Too many mouths to feed in Detroit. I mean, look at you guys. You got Drummond, you have Jackson, you have Harris. I mean, you have Stanley Johnson. I mean, there's just way too much over there. Too many wings looking for playing time, and yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan.
I like it. Okay, I'm with it. Let's move it over to small forwards now. I like this. I like where we're heading here. Johnny, back to you, my man. Who are some of the small forwards that stand out to you, mid range and top tier only?
Definitely. Let me take a look here real quick.
Can you slide your other laptop a little bit closer because you're going out of the shot a little bit there?
Yeah. Is that better?
Yeah, there you go.
Sorry.
All good, brother.
I'm always a Booker fan. As long as Orlando and Phoenix can keep this game close, definitely that. You can also play. I was saying earlier, Fournier is shooting guard and small forward eligible. I think that's a great play, and I think what Cashin was talking a minute ago about Chris Middleton at only 6,700, he's shooting guard and small forward eligible. I think that's a great play on DraftKings.
Okay. I like the call. I know Cash is a Magic fan, and Fournier did me justice the other day. The rest of my lineup did not, but Fournier did, so I got a little soft spot for Fournier right now. Cash, what about you, man? Small forwards.
I've told you to play. I've told anybody that listens to play Kevin Fournier every single game. Every game. He's still too cheap. Like, you play him every game. He's too involved in that offense not to play him. And yes, he's not gonna do it for you every single game. He's just not that player. But more often than not, he's gonna get you what you need. But we all know who I love.
He's not gonna kill you either.
The D. Give it to me. I hope everybody's scared of him. Please be scared of the Spurs. Giannis. Give me all the big D. All the big D. I'll take it. I'm not scared. Let's go.
CK and Cashin, I left that one just for you, Cashin, because I know that's your guy.
Yes, there you go. See,
I already know it.
See that? Okay. He's done some research on you, Cash. He knew exactly who Big D was. He knew exactly who Big D was.
Yes, sir. It's a slow-paced game, and yeah, it's against the Spurs, but who's gonna stop him? Nobody. Exactly.
The only person who can guard him is the only person who can guard him is his mental game.
Yeah.
If he might shut himself out here and there. Sometimes he disappears a little bit, but he's his own worst enemy, and nobody in the NBA can guard him.
No.
Nobody.
No. What are your thoughts on Giannis today, Johnny?
That.
I like him. The pace is a little bit of an issue. I love the price on DraftKings. Only 10,500 is a great.
10.5 on DraftKings, man.
Again, who's going to stop him? I think he's a great play. I don't think anybody can control him. I think it's him. And my biggest problem is that if it does become a blowout, let's just say San Antonio's blowing him out or whatever it is, or we never know what Jason Kidd's going to do. And if Jason Kidd wasn't the coach there, I would probably play him every day, no matter what the matchup was. But just because they're playing San Antonio, and I'm not sure what the line's going to be yet, I haven't checked the lines, and I'm just not a Jason Kidd fan. I'm not going to go all in, but he'll definitely be in probably 50 to 60% of my lineups.
Big D, there you have
it. Anybody that has a brain in the world is not a Jason Kidd fan. But yeah, I play Big D every day. He will be on a lineup somewhere every single day he plays.
Big D.
I don't care what the situation is or nothing. Every day. But yeah, Fournier, Joe Ingles, another one of my dudes, but I don't really like it today. This is Miami slow pace. They're slow pace. Miami's good at defense. They're good at defense. I'm not really feeling Joe Ingles today. But yeah, anything other than that is down to the value town.
All right, so Johnny, talk to me about the value first, and then we're gonna have cash go. Are there anybody in value town? That's what Paulie D has named the value section. Take us to Value Town on small forwards, Johnny.
Yeah, definitely. As I was talking about on shooting guard eligibility, you have his shooting guard and small forward eligible is Denzel Valentine. I think he's a great play. I think that's probably where I would lean to right now. And then maybe some LeVert, just depending on the Booker and all that injury situation over in Brooklyn, depending on what happens with that. But if some things open up, he could be a great value play.
Fair enough. Before I take it back to you for the value, there's one other guy that I forgot to mention at small. We can talk about him for small forwards because on DK is small forward eligible. But I think it was Gautsab who's been on to the whole shooting guards against Utah. They've struggled mightily. Dion Waiters, we talked about Miami, we talked about Dragic, and I get it against Rubio. But what about Waiters? I do have some concerns with the fact that he only played 26 minutes in his last game, but it was his first game back after he had the birth of his child. So I just wanted your guys' thoughts. So Johnny, you first. What are your thoughts on Waiters? And then Cash, I'd like to get your opinion too. This one's for me.
He's Dion Waiters. That's my problem with him. I don't think he's a good basketball player. He's not on a great team, so he'll get some run. I just think about the horrible times with him in Cleveland and OKC, and now he's in Miami, and I think the only reason he's had any kind of blow-up games in Miami is because he's in Miami, and they're horrible. So, yeah, if you catch me with the Dion Waiters lineup tomorrow, that must mean the whole Miami Heat team is out, and I am playing with my last dollar that I have, and I'm hoping to hit a big donkey tomorrow.
Fair enough. Cash, what are your thoughts on Waiters?
My thoughts is I was very high on him against Phoenix.
Yeah.
I was like...
So was I. They played him.
Yeah, I had a lot.
Yeah.
Too much.
Yeah.
Him and Bradley really put a hamper on my winnings.
I'm just coming after all the guys that hurt Cash the other day, man. I brought Bradley up. I'm bringing Waiters up. Man, I'm coming at it, bro.
The thing about Waiters is that the DC said, what, he's 6th? I think he's 6th in the NBA of drives to the basket, which is great. Yes, I was about to say, which is great. That's what you want. You want somebody that's going to drive to the hole and get easier buckets, get fouled, go to the free throw line. But Gobert is there, so that's the problem.
Fair enough.
Also the other problem is that Mitchell is $700 cheaper on FanDuel, and why in the world would I ever play Dion Waiters over Mitchell?
Yeah. No, fair enough. Cash, any small forward value here from you, or should we kick it on over to power forward?
I mean, yes and no. Like Wesley Johnson, that's a yes and no guy.
Yes and no.
Because Gallinari is out, so he's playing big minutes, but it's George defense. But I love Carroll. It's Portland. This is gonna be a fast-paced game. I would think. This is the highest total of the night? Probably, I would guess. Looking at the games.
No, actually, the Phoenix.
LA Clippers, Oklahoma.
No,
it's Phoenix. Yeah, that's right. Orlando, Phoenix.
But they're second. It's close. 224.5 and 222.5. It's close.
I'm an idiot. The Magic are fast-paced. Phoenix fast-paced. That's going to be a barn burner. But Denzel Valentine, I really like. I really love Carroll all the time. I mean, dude is the cash play. You plug him in your cash lineup. I mean, he came out and did nothing. Oh, wow. He had a bad game versus Denver. He came out and did nothing against Phoenix. Yeah, I know. I see that. But he had a bad game against Phoenix. He only had like 2 points, I looked, and it was like halfway through the second quarter or something. And he still came out and got you 25.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just a cash play. Like, you put him in your cash lineup, and he's almost guaranteed to get you 25 to 30 points. Bogdanovich, I've been playing him, and his price actually went down because I believe it was 4.7 last time. He's a shooter, so it could turn out bad, but he's getting the minutes. The dude is playing 30 minutes most games at only 4.6. I'll take that. Justice Winslow, please, nobody ever play Justice Winslow after the game he just had. Nobody. Don't play him, please. He just went up to 4.6. Are you kidding me? Yeah. No way. I like Evan Turner. If it turns to a blowout, Evan Turner should get on that court. And he can go off. Dude is like a point guard playing small forward.
Cashing, I got one thing to say. In regards to the play that you had about Wes Johnson, I would tell everybody to temper their expectations with him. Clippers have a lot of injuries. A lot of guys out, and I think it's going to be a blowout.
That's why I said yes and no. I mean, I want to play him, but I don't want to. I'm not going to play him.
Yeah.
I'll wait for the next matchup and see what it is. But yeah, not against Utah, man. I'm not going to do it. He's a guy that stands.
They're playing OKC. Wes Johnson's playing OKC.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. But yeah, I just said it was Paul George defense.
Yeah.
And dudes just stands in the corner. Like, I don't like guys that stand in the corner. And he's one of those guys. Like,
and he's not a great shooter. He's not a great shooter.
Yeah, no. He's the epitome of a guy that stands in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that game that he just had was an outlier. That was like his season high.
You don't see that very often. Even with the minutes he gets, he doesn't have games like that very often.
Josh Jackson, but you don't know he's going to get the minutes, and that's pretty much it. I mean, maybe Lance Thomas. He's been a little aggressive at least. He only got 3 points last game.
Lance Thomas from the Knicks.
I meant Lance Stevenson.
Okay. When you said Lance Thomas, I had to give you a double take, man. There was a meme of you today. I made that face. I was like, you say Lance Thomas? Lance Stevenson's a whole different story.
If it turns into a blowout, he could go off.
Yeah.
If they can block Chicago. I mean, I don't think that's going to happen, but it might. That's it.
All right, let's move on over to power forwards. Johnny, back to you, my man. Who do you like up at mid tier and above?
Yeah. So first thing I was just going to throw out there, just with the Big D play, you can move him over on DraftKings to power forward. And the power forward is really, really, really light. So I think that might be the play for me.
Wasn't he just small forward and point guard over there?
Now he's small forward.
They move him.
Forward.
They swap him all the time. Yeah, now he's small forward, power forward. So definitely I like that play. But I would say my play, just by looking at this, just because Atlanta is so bad against wings. You know, Tobias Harris, he's eligible at small forward and power forward. He's only 600. I think that's a good play.
Fair enough. Cash, what about you?
Yeah. Tobias, don't put him into cash. But yeah, he's good play. But he can go out and do nothing, so he's a tournament play. But I do like the call. I like it a lot. I love Aaron Gordon, though. If you give me Aaron Gordon in a fast-paced game, I'm in. Always, anytime. If they're playing a team that plays faster than them on the road, I love that. I'll take all of that. And I don't want to play LA. Like, I'm going to start nicknaming guys. His nickname is the Magician because he will physically disappear. Like, you'll watch the game and you won't even see him on the court. And he's supposed to be out there. Like, he's actually out there. The Spurs are playing with 4 guys because he's doing absolutely nothing. And I'm not going to pay $8.5 for that. Damn him. That's it. That's it for the expensive guys.
Fair enough. Johnny, are there any value forwards? The Magician. I like that.
You know who the donut is, right?
What's that?
No, who's the donut?
Oh, come on, CK. You don't know who the donut is?
Who's the donut?
Brook Lopez. He's soft, and he has a hole in the middle that's his pee, because he's a pee. He's very soft.
Why don't you call him a cream puff, though, bro?
He is a pee.
Like a cream puff.
No, he's a donut. He's soft on the outside, and he has a hole in the middle, which is his pee because he is a pee. I know you know what pee means. I can't say the word.
Yes.
It's a vagina.
Well, I guess that was at least the proper academic term for it. Johnny, any value power forwards, my man?
I got there's just for the listeners out there. There's you can move over Carroll and TJ Warren. You can slide him over to power forward if you like. And again, because there's not a lot of plays at power forward, that those are maybe something you might want to do. They're definitely viable options. But let's look down here real quick. Anything low here? Wes Johnson's cheap, but I wouldn't play him. 37. I'm gonna steal Cashin's play over here. We're gonna take Grant over at OKC. He's cheap. He's 3,500. He's small forward. 35, small forward, and power forward eligible. Yeah.
They haven't been raising the price.
Lock him
they
in.
just won't do it, man. They won't do it.
Yeah, they don't like him. Yeah, they don't like him.
They don't like him. I mean, people aren't playing him, I think. And that's the issue. Nobody's playing him. I think that's why.
Yeah, I'm playing him.
That's more of a FanDuel thing. FanDuel's algorithm is based on ownership. DK's algorithm is based on matchup. But yeah, 35, you plug him in.
Yeah. and it's going to be a blowout, I'm sure. It means he's going to get more playing time. Yeah, he's a good play. He's a 7X tomorrow. He's a 7X.
Ooh, I like that call. Cash, any value power forwards for you?
He could go more X. Like, dude was balling in the first half today, and he just didn't do nothing in the second half. But he still got what you needed. But John Collins, he burned the world, including myself, because I was all in. First time I went all in on John Collins, and man, oh man, did I regret it very quickly. But yeah, I'll go back to the well. I don't necessarily love that price at 5.7 on FanDuel, but I mean, he's proven that he can bust through that. So I can get down with some of that action. Bobby Portis.
Cashing real quick, just a little quick note on Grant here. He only has one game this season under 5X on DK.
I bet. Because dude is balling. Like, dude is good.
He's improved a lot.
Definitely a cash play.
Oh, yeah. No doubt about it. And coach really likes him. Like, but Bobby Portis. We going to the Bobby Portis well today?
Man, he's like 6'1" or something like that on DraftKings, man. Like,
he's only 5 on FanDuel against Indiana.
It's a great spot, it really is. But 6'1" on DraftKings. I mean, don't get me wrong. Indiana struggled against power forward, so come on, man. What was that game? What was that? 40 for Bobby Portis. What was that? You know what I mean? Like,
he's the best player. He's the best player on Chicago Bulls.
So do you think?
No. Nwaba's the best player in Chicago Bulls.
I disagree. I take Bobby Portis. I do like Nwaba though.
Portis, he's so inconsistent, man. Like I remember he had his 40-point games last year, and then he would disappear the next game. You know?
Yeah, well, that's because coaches don't ever play him. Like coach,
because he's fighting everybody at practice.
Yeah, well, that's why he hit Mirotic to ensure that once the suspension, he's I'm going to put you out longer than me. I want to suspend it.
Maybe he hit Mirotic because he's pissed that he never gets to play. Yeah, maybe he wants to leave Chicago so he can actually get onto the basketball.
Well, he punched his backup. I mean, so it kind of makes, you know what I mean? Like, that's a good way to secure yourself some playing time.
But I think,
or just do what Butler did and throw the whole team under the bus and all the media, right?
Because Mirotic said that he's not going to play with him. So Mirotic said, "You're going to trade me or you trade him." So maybe, I don't know. Me personally, I'll take Bobby Portis. Like, I'd rather have Bobby Portis.
I'd be like, bro, you're obviously soft. He's tough. I want the tough guy.
It ain't even about that. He's just a better basketball player.
Yeah, but I want the tough guy anyway.
Is a good shooter and he's good, but Bobby Portis is a much better player. So I don't know. Maybe they want to showcase Portis to trade him, or maybe they're just going to trade Mirotic, or just say hit the rocks, like peace, see ya.
Mirotic had a horrible season last year too. That's what they're talking about, you know.
Yeah.
That and he's soft. You know, he's not a gritty player.
He's a queen.
He's just a shooter. Soldier. Like I said in my breakdown, like Mirotic, before the season started, Mirotic needs great players around him so he can get wide open shots.
Yeah, 100%.
And with this team, there's no great players around him, so I was really down on Mirotic. And Bobby Portis just helped me out by breaking his face.
Bobby Portis was down on him too.
Bobby Portis reminds me of Russell over in LA. And same kind of coaching issue. The coaches just don't like both of them, but same kind of type of play.
You know, Randall
physical. Randall, yeah.
Oh, okay, Randall.
Sorry, Randall, not Russell. Randall, yeah.
But other cheap options I like is Grant, like you said. We all know who I'm not gonna play in Charlotte versus Boston. But Noah Vonleh against Brooklyn. I can get down with some of that. But what else? Tolliver. Maybe I can play Tolliver if Stanley Johnson is out, but it's a scary play. Like that's not like going heavy on that.
Can we go back to Len? That's the question. Can we go back to Alex Len?
Oh, I don't know. That's in center. I even looked. But I can go to Jared Dudley though.
Yeah, he was the guy that kind of came up out of nowhere.
20 minutes and 23 minutes.
But keep in mind, that's 2 games in a row he got 20 minutes. But it was like helped with the fact that Chandler was out and Len got into early foul trouble. So like,
I know. It's only a player if Chandler is out.
Yeah.
But
if Chandler's out, Len's in play because Vucevic is not a physical player, nor is Gordon. So I don't think he's going to be handsy. Yeah, he shouldn't get in foul trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the only way he won't get in foul trouble with Vucevic. The only way to get into foul trouble is drives from Elf or Fournier or Gordon. That's it. But he's not going to get in foul trouble from Vooch.
No. As long as he keeps his hand to himself, and Chandler's out, I think he's a good play.
CK. Yo. CK, what are you doing, bro?
I'm back, bro. I had to run out real quick. I had somebody at the door.
Oh, my bad. I didn't see you.
You good? You good? So, yeah. So I missed that last part, but I heard, the nation heard you. So we'll move it over to centers at this point. Johnny, my man, talk to me about some centers. Oh, Johnny, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Definitely, I like Drummond. I like him at first glance here. Let's see. I think Vucevic's a good play against fast pace up pace game against Phoenix. So those are two of my plays.
Okay, fair enough. Cash and DFS, what you got, bro?
Oh my God. I can jump on Nurkic. Like, nobody's gonna go there. They look at that. Like, he actually started playing well. And oh my God.
You think nobody's gonna go there at his price after what Jokic just did to them?
I mean, maybe, but not. They're gonna look at 13 and be like, "No, I'm not gonna play him. He just got a 13."
That was against Gasol, and he only played 20 minutes.
I know. Did he get into foul trouble? I didn't watch.
Yeah, he has. He had 3 fouls. I think he got in foul trouble early, but like, I don't. That's a good question. Why didn't he play so much? Gasol's in the game. You would think they wouldn't have needed him.
Well, Gasol is more of a perimeter player than a down low player.
There you go. That's a good point. Yeah.
But oh man, I could do that. I mean, it's Brooklyn, man. Like, I'm not gonna. I don't think that would be on my main lineup, but I damn sure can do it. Like, but the problem is that he really doesn't have upside at this price at the same time, though. Like, I just don't see it in him yet. Like, to go out and go for 60. Like last year when he got there, it was happening, but I don't know. That's a tough call for me. I don't know. But yeah, I like Drummond a lot. I mean, Dedmon is too small. Like, Dedmon is too skinny.
Yeah.
And Vooch, like he said, it's a pace-up game. So I like that. And I could get down to Miles Turner against the Caveman. Caveman, the exact opposite. Oh, Caveman might miss. The exact opposite of his donut brother. He might miss. We got to look into, like, we got to pay attention to that, because if he misses, then I really like Miles Turner.
Definitely a good spot for him. On DraftKings, he's got a pretty nice price. I like when he's around 7.71. I like that price for Turner against Chicago.
As long as you can stay out of foul trouble.
As long as you can stay out of foul trouble, yes. But against Rolo, I'm not too concerned. Although Rolo is physical. He is physical. He might be out, though. So we
it's funny, though. His brother's the bigger one, right? And he's the softer one.
Yeah, it's so that's really the thing. Like, one's finesse and one is only there because he's physical. Like, Robin Lopez is the only reason he's decent is because he's physical. He's not like a good shooter. He's not a good ball handler. And his brother's the opposite, man. He's so like doesn't want to be touched, but he's got a sick shot though.
He used to beat the hell out of Brooke when they was kids. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah.
Beat the hell out of him.
I don't see it going any other way.
That's angry Sideshow Bob.
Angry Sideshow Bob, yes. If what about if you're paying down, Johnny? If you're paying down at center tomorrow, does anybody pop out, or do you think you're pretty much going to stay up top?
If you wanna play a little bit, you wanna do some GPP, and this is for a larger field GPP, you can definitely play Aaron Baines or Thies because Horford's out with a concussion. So, I'm not really worried about Dwight Howard's defense. So. Those are 2 decent plays. Thies is very active, and Baines is pretty active too. I mean, he's always been a bench player. He hasn't really had the opportunity to get a big role, but he had a good game last time out. He had a good game. So I think he's a good play.
Okay, fair enough. Cash, what about you? Any value centers you like?
Oh yeah, it was Steven Adams, but I got over 300 today with a Steven Adams and Westbrook combination. Both of them sucked. But yeah, I like Steven Adams every day. And Steven Adams might miss tomorrow. And that would make me like DeAndre Jordan. Oh man, this is another thing. Like we got to pay attention. And if Steven Adams plays, it makes old boy Grant even better play. Like who's down here? Who even plays the backup? Like, do they even have a backup center anymore? I don't even think they do. I don't think they got a backup center.
Well, maybe Patrick Patterson. Would he be the guy?
Well,
he'd probably play some 5.
Yeah, and I mean they're gonna have to go small.
They're gonna go small.
They're gonna have to go small.
It's gonna be Grant and him,
and they got Nick Collison.
Yeah. Oh my God,
that's right, Nick Collison.
That's a guy that's gonna go out there with his walker. Like, don't play Nick Collison, please. He might play 0 minutes, even if he's out. But oh my God, yes. Play some DeAndre Jordan. Like this is the spot where DeAndre Jordan can have 25 rebounds, literally. Like literally. Carmelo Anthony doesn't rebound. The only person he's going to be fighting for rebounds for is freaking Russell Westbrook.
I mean, George, that's it. More like Blake Griffin. Oh, George. He'll be fighting Blake Griffin, providing his own damn teammate.
George sucks. Get out of here, George. You suck. I can't stand George. He's doing nothing. He's pissing me off because I want to play him. But yeah, play DeAndre Jordan if Adams is out. Dude can literally have 25 rebounds in this game.
I'm with it.
But Pau Gasol. I've been playing Pau Gasol every single day. Nobody plays him. Doesn't have upside because he's not going to get the minutes. But in your cash lineup, if you make your whole lineup and you love it, and you have 6,500 left, because he's only 6'3" on FanDuel, you plug him in. Just go ahead. Like I know nobody likes Pau Gasol. Nobody looks at Pau Gasol. But there was one point in time where Pau Gasol was the best post player in the NBA. He's still good. He's just old. He's not going to play a lot of minutes. But he's going to go out, and he's going to get you 30. Just look at the game logs. All you got to do is just go look in the game logs. I've been playing him every day somewhere, on a lineup somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, Pau Gasol, I think, is a great player. 2 years ago, he was playing great with Chicago. He decided to go to the retirement home known as the Spurs.
Yeah, that's where all the old players go. Minutes.
No,
but
he's not.
He's going to go out there and get you around 30. You could just, like, he's a cash play. Yeah, and I played him in tournaments, and when I just know he's going to be super low on. Like I'm getting him at 2%, and he can go out and he can have an upside game, but it's very few and far between. Like he's had one. He got a 47 against Indiana. Right. But other than that, it's just 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 25, 21, 20, 30, 30, 30. He's going to get you 30.
Yeah.
Alex, Lynn, and Baines, like he said, if Chandler is out, Horford is already out, and I love the call that he said Theus. He looked good to me in that game. Like he looked good. Like I played him earlier in the year. I forget who was what the situation was, but he moved into the starting lineup. It was Min Price. He wasn't good at all, but he looked pretty good to me out there. But
that was when they were playing the Bucks. When they were playing the Bucks, they needed him to play against Monroe.
That's right, and he started, and he did nothing.
No,
but he did.
But he looked great against the Lakers. He looked great against the Lakers.
Oh yeah. It's probably a matchup thing with him, but. Yeah. If he's going to be super cheap, maybe you can throw him out there and get lucky. Don't play Dwayne Dedmon, please. I beg of you. Don't play Dwayne Dedmon. Don't ever chase that Dwayne Dedmon game. Like, never.
That freaking guy. Ugh, man.
Yeah, don't play Dwayne Dedmon. He is going to get eaten like fettuccine Alfredo.
Fettuccine Alfredo. I love the catchphrases. I love the catchphrases.
That's the fettuccine Alfredo play of the day. Like, Drummond is going to put him on his fork and twist it, put it in his mouth.
Oh, I love it. I love it. That's going to do it, man. That's going to do it for the positional breakdowns. That was fun, man. Johnny, great job, man. It was your first time, I know, doing something like this, and you did phenomenal, man. Great job.
Thanks.
Cash, as always, man. It was fettuccine Alfredo, bro, all day. You know how it is. This is fun.
LeBron won the anatomy contest. I don't care what nobody say.
But I'm assuming only because of the tough card, because he toughed it out, right?
Exactly.
Because Harden is the one who obviously balled out. Yeah, he is. Yeah. No, I'll give LeBron props. One thing I always say about LeBron is like when it's very rare that he misses an extended period of time of injury. Like you gotta give the guy props. As hard as he plays, how does he not miss months at a time? Like some of these other guys are so fragile. It's like, you know what I'm saying? And like this dude is just a monster. And then we just watched him step on his ankle. Literally his ankle.
And God saw. I know God saw I was gonna watch this. I will play LeBron 100 out of 100 times in this matchup with Harden again. LeBron is playing 43 minutes of point guard. 100 out of 100 times, I will take LeBron over Harden. That's just for you.
And just one last thing I have on this subject here.
Sure.
Just imagine if Anthony Davis would have been, and LeBron were in different shoes. Anthony Davis would be out for like 6 months. Season over, you know?
He would definitely be the first guy crying for crutches.
Yeah.
Interesting.
LeBron is a soldier. There's not many guys in this league that would have kept playing.
No, I'd agree with that. I definitely agree with that. All right, guys, do us a favor. Head over to WiseTake.com, sign up, check out our packages. If you sign up for a free month, if you sign up for a monthly plan, you get a free 7 days. You have 7 days to try out the product. If you're not happy, you can cancel within those 7 days. You'll never be charged. But definitely go over, check it out. You got no excuse not to, and let us start helping you out. We're not going to do a giveaway on today's show. We're not going to do a giveaway today, but we do have a special giveaway on Saturday. With that said, on Saturday, we normally do our NFL Wise stream for members only on Saturday. We are going to be doing it for free as a gift to the nation, just to kind of show you guys what it is we do and kind of show you the value that we provide you on our NFL Wise streams. We're going to be joined by Johnny the Greek for the first time on that show as well. We're going to go over a couple of his lineups, talk about some of his strategies, his mindsets, and then we're going to break down and tell you what all the guys have found going into NFL Week 10. Man, again, this is something that we normally only do for our premium members, but we are going to do it this one time.
I'm not happy about it.
I know.
I'm not happy about it.
I know.
Because I cannot speak like a grown-up. I can't speak how I normally speak. I gotta speak like I speak on this dang show. I hate it, but we gotta do it for y'all, I guess. But yeah, you want to know how I really talk? You pay that little subscription, pay for a day on Saturday, whatever. I don't give a I don't care. Pay for a day. You want to hear me really talk? Let's go. Go ahead. So put your little card down. Pay for a day. Pay for a week. Whatever you want to do. You'll hear how I really talk.
How do you like that? That was an awesome sales pitch. I love it. Johnny, tell me, man, what was your thoughts after your first show? How do you feel? Man, we're excited to have you, man.
Good times, man. I love the energy. I know Cash, we're gonna have some fun here. We're gonna have some fun here.
Yeah.
And just, hey, one thing I have for the viewers here, just want to make sure, because I do lineup reviews every day, and I look back at like what people are playing, and I see way too many players that haven't even played this year yet that people are playing, or that have been injured for 6 months or suspended. And, so players, check your lineups before you play. Don't play anybody that has an O by them or suspended or out or hasn't played one game this season. Check your lineups before you play, because they're dead lineups and you're not going to make any money.
Fair enough. Words of wisdom from Johnny the Greek.
I got some wisdom for the future. I mean, not today, but I'll tell you what to do in the future. How to become a better player by looking at lineups.
Oh, I like that. We might have to make ourselves a little video. Anyway, Nation, we'd love to hear your feedback. We don't have a contest for you today, but give us some feedback, man. Drop some comments. Tell us what you thought. Ask us some questions. If you ask some questions, we can try to get the questions answered on the next podcast. That's one thing I wanted to incorporate with you guys. So if you have any questions at all for Cash or whatever it may be, go ahead and post them on the show, and who knows, maybe on the next show we'll try to get them answered. But anyway, guys, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that thumbs up. That like button means a lot to us. If you're listening on Podbean, give us a follow. If you're listening on iTunes, give us some 5-star reviews. You're not doing it. You guys listening to the YouTube show, head over there, give us 5-star reviews on iTunes. It's not hard. It takes 2 seconds. I'm sure a bunch of you guys have iPhones anyway and have a podcast app on it. So do me a favor, go over there and do that. 5 stars. Or don't do it at all. But do it. And give us 5 stars. Okay, so for Cash, for Johnny the Greek, for myself, and the entire WiseTake Nation, as always, #HootyHoo, and good luck.